Mama Voice is here with another video, and today's video I'm going to be talking about embracing change. Okay, so embracing change. What does it mean to embrace change? Well, accepting that change is an integral part of life, displaying open-mindedness to new ideas and proposals, demonstrating a willingness to do things differently, making suggestions for improvement, and taking a creative approach to change which challenges assumptions and is not based purely on enhancing existing practice. So that is the definition of embracing change. Accepting that change is an integral part of life. It's a part of life. We all go through changes in our life. How can we embrace change? Well, it says, number one, take risks. Remember that even though change isn't easy, life is too short to stay stuck in your comfort zone. Number two, have a coach or a mentor. Embracing change, again, isn't easy, but you don't have to go through it alone. Number three, keep creating. Number four, keep learning. Number five, don't give up. And number six, pay attention to your thoughts. Those are 6 ways to embrace change. So just gonna piggyback or go back to taking risks. That was the number one way to embrace change. You have to take risks. There's times when you need a change. You can feel it you can feel it within yourself that you need a change. And if you don't just step out, like most people say, step out on faith and believe that the change is necessary. It's scary. It's very scary. It's very hard to do, to basically just step out and just take a risk on something. You may want to try something new. You may want to try a new adventure in your life or what have you. Making drastic change. I always say you need to pray about things before you make decisions. Definitely just don't do something I don't agree with, I should say. Doing something spontaneously that can affect your future. But that technically is taking the risk. And sometimes with the risk comes reward, but sometimes it can backfire. So that's where, of course, most times people fear. Why is it important to embrace change? Accepting change also makes you better at it. Basically, change can be an engine of progress. So with that being said, it's like sometimes, like I said, you could feel like you need something different in your life, maybe in your relationship, maybe in your personal relationships, maybe in your career, maybe, most times when we're dealing with change, we either are talking about our relationships or we're talking about our livelihood. So, and when it comes to change, sometimes change can be good. We all get tired of the same routine every day in, day out. Get up, get dressed, go to work, come home. Sometimes you just want to do something different, Yeah, you have to get up in the morning, you have to go to work or whatever. Come home, you feed the kids if you have children, take care of your household, take care of your family. But sometimes, you want to do something different. You might just not want to come straight home. You might want to go venture out, go shopping, go to the mall, go do something different just to unwind differently, and that is sometimes necessary, you know. When I was leaving the house every day to go to work, um, I would take a different route home. I don't want to go this way. I'm gonna go this way home, But I always try to avoid traffic same way. I wouldn't, of course, never want to take the highway, but I would, take a different route, different scenic route, you know. And it may have been, a longer way home or what have you, but it gave me an opportunity to unwind from my day and see something different that I hadn't seen or what have you, as well as it gave me time to get myself and my mind right. So when I did get home, I wasn't bringing my day home with me, you know, because most of the time, of course, you have to, um, of course, unwind from your busy day that you've had. You may have had a bad day. So if you had a bad day, of course, you want to basically definitely process it or what have you, and not let it affect your personal life at the house, because you definitely don't want to bring that home to your significant other, that type of energy to your children or anything like that. So definitely, how to embrace change, you know, a good way to embrace change is to maintain a positive attitude regardless of the new situation. It is always important to be optimistic and maintain a good attitude across the board. Have to have an open mind when it comes to change. Nobody likes change. I don't know anyone to say, "Oh, I like change." You know, I like when things change. Most people are comfortable with the same routine. So when something is out of when something changes, it's like something's out of place, something's out of order. And that normally makes people uncomfortable when things are out of order or things are out of place. And when you have to adapt to it, it's hard because this is not how I normally do things. I know, for me, even when it comes to, things that's being introduced to me, at work or anything like that. And when they change the processes there, it's like, oh God, I really like doing it the way I was doing. Or I could recall saying, well, what was wrong with what we were doing? Oh, well, nothing was wrong. It's just, we all have to, adapt and do things the same way. And I had a hard time with, even dealing with that because we're all different. Everybody's different. So everybody doesn't do things the same way. But I've learned that even when it comes to processes and procedures, I adapted to this acronym ATM, at the moment. This is how we're doing things at the moment, right now. And I've learned over the course of my career to, because you're working for someone else, because you have rules that you have to follow, you have to just adapt and just keep it moving. So it's like, this is the way it is at the moment, right now. This is how it is right now. This is how it is right now. It can change tomorrow. So I've gotten like not necessarily comfortable, but I've gotten used to change. It doesn't always, it takes me a minute. It'd be like, okay, gosh, and I have my little fit. I have my little not necessarily pity party, but I have my little anger fit where I'm like, God, I don't want to do that. I don't want to change. I don't want to do this, but it's a reaction. It's an honest reaction. Excuse me. And it's reality. Most people do not like change, but that doesn't mean change is bad. Change can actually be good. you know. And the best thing to do is to, especially if you have no other choice, you know, just embrace it, you know. How do you embrace and drive change? You know, how can you basically, you have to motivate yourself. You have to, you know, encourage yourself to say, okay, well, it's okay. It's not a big deal. You know, try out whatever is being presented to you. Try it out. Don't just shut it down just because you don't like it. Try, put the effort forward and try, you know, try it first. You know, you hadn't even tried it. You already done, you know, canceled whatever is being presented to you prior to you even trying it out to see if it'll work. You know, it might just work and it may work out for your good. You never know. And it's good to embrace and accept it because it allows us to move forward in our lives and our experiences with new and exciting things. It may not seem exciting at the moment, but it's something new. So just go ahead and just embrace it. Just go ahead and, you know, accept it and just move forward. Because when you don't do that, you make things harder for yourself. You know, you're making your own life harder. So you might as well just fall in line and just do what's best for yourself. And if you just still are uncomfortable after you've tried it, after you've, you know, put your best effort for it and you still don't like what's going on, then that's when you need to take a self-evaluational change, and basically make the changes necessary for your happiness or what have you. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not an easy task. Okay. I'm going to go into some quotes and see what kind of quotes are out there, because in all honesty, it's important to learn how to embrace change, because change happens all the time in our lives. We have to adapt. Ever since we were children, we've always had to adapt to change. We had to embrace it, whether we liked it or not. And the best time for new beginnings is now. That's a quote in reference to embracing change. The best time for new beginnings is now. That's a good quote. Life happens. Adapt. Embrace change and make the most of everything that comes your way. That's a good way of looking at it too. Make the most of everything that comes your way, no matter what it is. And that's the part of having that positive attitude, making the most of it. You may not like it right now, but hey, like I said, there was a change implemented on my job and I didn't like it at first, but then when I implemented the process, I'm like, oh, this is easier. This is good. Okay, this is a good change. So it was beneficial, I was like, I was doing this harder. This helps out. This is actually a good thing. So make the most of it, The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not fighting the old, but building the new. So most of the time, of course, with change, it's out with the old and in with the new. So the secret to the success of it is to focus all your energy on not fighting it. Build upon it. That's good. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. Or even somewhere you don't like. So, I added my little 2 cents, The first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are. Yeah, that's definitely If we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we aren't really living. That's true. You're not living. You're not being productive. You know, if you're not growing in life, if you're not growing, then what are you doing? If you're staying complacent, that's not a good place to be complacent, to stay in the same place and never grow, never change, never, you same mundane thing over and over. Same old, same old. You get caught up in the same old, same old. And that's not exciting. That's not an exciting life. Even it's like, imagine you have the same thing to eat every day. I know some people get stuck in that when they're, dieting and stuff like that. They eat the same thing over and over because repetition helps, with the body and all that good stuff. But, it can get boring. Like if I ate the same thing every day I had 2 boiled eggs, a grapefruit. That would be first of all, I don't even like neither one of those things. Okay. So that's not happening. But, it's just the idea of, I'll try new things. I'll try something new because I know some people like to just, like me, I used to be like that, where if I go to a specific place, like I dated this guy. It was so funny because if he went to Burger King, he knew exactly what to get me. If he went to Taco Bell, he knew what to get me. No matter where he went, he knew what to get me because I always ordered the same thing. And that's only because I was one of those people that didn't like to try new things, because I was like, what if I try it and it's nasty? And I've done that before. I've tried something new and it didn't taste good. I'm like, God, I hated that. I should have got what I normally get, And so I had got stuck in that rut of always ordering the same thing. So it didn't matter that I wasn't with him when he went to go pick up something to eat, because he was like, oh, I already know what she won't. She won't. This, that, and other. He had got to the point where he knew exactly what I would want from the place, no matter where he went, because I always ordered the same thing. And it was so funny because he would just bring it home and it was like, oh, okay, that's okay. I got you, I got you some food. And I was like, what did you get me? And, it would be, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I wanted, So it was so funny. I didn't realize that I was so predictable, or I didn't realize that I ordered the same thing. I was like, how did you know what to get me? And he's like, because you order the same thing every time we go to this place. This is what you get. So kudos to him for being attentive and paying attention. But it was like, oh, okay, well, he knows me so well, It was funny though. That was cool. But it just goes back to, never changing, never, trying anything new. And now I think I've come out of that, and I do try new things, just to, shake things up or whatever, but just to get out of my norm. I'm learning to try new things, because it's, to get the same thing over and over, you're not living life. Try something new. If you don't like it, hey, guess what? Not to get that again. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Wow. Continuity gives us roots. Change gives us branches, letting us stretch and grow and reach new heights. That's good. That's good. So it gives us branches. It stretches us a little bit. Change stretches us. You can either react to change, embrace change, or create change. Wow. I don't think I want to be a reactor to change, because normally the reaction isn't positive. It seemed to be, most of the time, it'd be negative, so I don't want to be a reactor to change. I want to learn to embrace change, and I want to create change. That's great. You can't change the system unless you know it well. You can't play chess well unless you know all the moves. That's good. Wow. Yeah. The secret of change is to focus. Oh, I already read that one. Sorry. It was in a different font. So it tricked me. If nothing ever changed, there'd be no butterflies. Oh, because caterpillars change into butterflies. True that. That's a good one. Wow, that's a good one. Okay. Oh, we cannot become what we want to be by remaining what we are. So you can't ever become what you want to be if you stay the same. You have to change. Wow. These are deep quotes. Look at that. Never be afraid of change. You may lose something good, but you may gain something even better. And I'm going to end it on that one. Because that one in itself just spoke volumes to me. So I'm going to say it one more time. Never be afraid of change. You may lose something good, but you may gain something even better. And that is what everybody would want change to bring, something better. So on that note, I hope you like this video. I hope you will share this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you in the next video.